Good heaven, has it already been 2 years since we last talked about Dragon Ball? My god, how time flies by like crazy. Yeah, sorry for the absence of Dragon Ball videos. I sort of fell out of it after the immensely disappointing and overhyped Ultimate Tenkaichi and the not really noteworthy Connect HD Collection and Battle of Z installments that have come over the last year and a half that have been absent in my Dragon Ball related discussion. However, for the sake of maybe getting a few more views and genuinely trying to get back into Dragon Ball again, I thought, you know what, let's do some extra commentary on the franchise. And where better place to start than the newly revealed, or more to the point, leaked video game seen in the latest issue of V-Jump. Now, there are very few details regarding the existence of this particular installment at the moment. We don't even have a proper name. It's just known as Dragon Ball New Project. And apparently it's going to be released for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. Maybe it'll be on Xbox One and PS Vita, but this was a Japan-only thing, so who knows, or at least the issue is a Japan-only thing, not the game. I don't want to start one of those debates. But you know what I mean, that maybe they don't want to mention it for consoles that Japan is not very interested in. Actually, maybe loads of people like the Vita in Japan, I don't actually know for the simple reason I'm not Japanese. However, for the sake of doing something interesting, I thought we could take a look at the scan that was leaked and do a bit of speculatory investigating, determining exactly what the game is going to be about, or at least some rough idea of it, and see exactly what conclusions we can draw on it. So, without much further ado, let's begin our gigantic investigation of the new Dragon Ball New Project scan. So of course we're going to start with probably the most obvious element, which is that classic Goku and Vegeta fight they use in pretty much every kind of advertising these days. I don't know why, I suppose they're the two most popular characters, but what's the point? We know how the fight goes. I don't know, and besides, we've seen this so many times at this point, it's kind of become overdone. And besides, exactly what is of interest besides the fact that Goku has his shirt ripped off? Wait a second, what the buggery is that thing? Okay, are you seeing this too, right? There is a man in the background with red hair, a scouter, a scarf, I assume, or a cape, over a Capsule Corp jacket. Either the graphics engine has made an enormous cock-up, or the character creator from Ultimate Tenkaichi is actually coming back. In which case, I'm actually pretty eager for the simple reason that, going from the incredibly eclectic design, it seems you can actually customize what clothes you can put on your character. Mainly because in Ultimate Tenkaichi you had very limited wardrobes. You can only put on set outfits as opposed to mixing and matching, which this one seems to be going more for. Now, I have absolutely no idea if this is Ultimate Tenkaichi 2 or whatever they're going to rename this to, no clue, but if this is going to continue the character creator trend and actually improve upon it, I will be very glad to see that actually happen. As for the graphics, I honestly don't know what to say, mainly because I'm seeing just about 3 very different art styles in each of these things. The main big image that we're seeing seems to continue the whole more plasticky toy look seen in Raging Blast 2 and Ultimate Tenkaichi, though maybe my eyes are just very bad. It could be a return to the 3 shadow cel-shaded system touted in much beloved anime adaptations, at least for the graphics, such as Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit or the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. However, this was one of the very big points touted in Treevax's infamous Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3 project, which has served as an inspiration for some of the titles as of recently, partially Battle of Z, but who knows, maybe the effects of that particular fan wish project will actually be seen with this one. Who knows? However, the art styles seen in the other 2 pictures of Goku vs. Cell and Goku vs. Frieza are a bit hard to tell. The one against Frieza seems to be going for like a very more obviously 2D kind of art style, though that could just be a promotional render more than anything, same with the Cell one, which honestly looks like a painting at times. Now, I don't know what the idea behind it is a bit inconsistent, and as for the graphics, I am hoping that they do return to a more traditional anime style as opposed to the plastic toy thing they were doing with Raging Blast 2 and Ultimate Tenkaichi, which I had previously praised in my review for the latter, but have since come to realize actually it looks a bit iffy. Also, one more thing of mention are the 2 bottom environments seen down below. what seems to be some sort of Namekian village, and if I'm wrong, maybe like a hub of sorts that mashes up Trunks' time machine and the hyperbolic time chamber. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Maybe they are actually hub levels in a free-roaming world. I've literally no clue, but of course, as is the case with most Dragon Ball games, we're probably going to find out over the summer, which means I'll have something fairly interesting to do, and for once I've actually done an unscripted video that didn't descend into me rambling nonsensically for hours on end. Now, I know a lot of people have gotten pretty iffy over Dragon Ball games lately after the aforementioned Ultimate Tenkaichi Connect, HD Collection, and Battle of Z, but I'm going to be fairly optimistic about this one and see where it goes. After all, it is a next-gen Dragon Ball title. It has to be some sort of good, and I am going to make a bit of a guess that Spike Chunsoft could be developing this project. They haven't done anything since Ultimate Tenkaichi. It's been about 2.5 years at this point. It's probably going to come out in November. And considering the first next-gen Dragon Ball title to be developed by them, Raging Blast, happens to be a personal favorite of mine, part of me kind of wants to think that this is going to be that effective Raging Blast. The next-gen Raging Blast, but one that is particularly good. Maybe it's a confusing analogy. I apologize, but it's just too weird of a coincidence, I suppose, for me to not think maybe this will be the next Raging Blast, the one that I'm particularly fond of that everyone else hates, but hey, at least someone enjoys it. Well, I guess we'll figure it out as time goes by, but I will keep you updated on this thing. Hopefully I'll try and remember. No clue, but I assure you I will at the very least try, see what happens. Anyway, this is Father Dugan 9000, and I hope you enjoyed watching this brief speculatory investigation on Dragon Ball New Project 2014. Until we meet again, everyone, have a great day!